Oftentimes, it is necessary to do multiple comparisons. One way to accomplish this is to use what's referred to as nested if statements. Demo 19b will illustrate the use of a nested if statement. A nested selection structure is one in which the true path or the false path includes yet another selection structure. In this program, you'll notice that we now have a nested if structure. This is a combination of the previous two programs. You may want to study this for a few moments. As the structure indicates, when nesting if statements, it is a good programming practice to specify the end if statement to indicate where the end of this end if structure exists. It is also a good idea to use indentation to simply illustrate which if belongs with which else. In this situation, the first if statement is comparing the number of characters to 6. If that test passes, then this if statement is then compared, which is what we've seen before. If the first two conditions are true, that is, the number of characters is equal to 6, and the student ID is equal to ABC123, then we will receive the message ID found. If, on the other hand, the first condition is true, but the second condition is false, then the else takes over, and the message student ID not found. The other possibility is that the number of characters is not 6 at all. Therefore, if this is not true, then the inner if and else is not executed. Rather, the control jumps down to the else statement and will receive the message that student ID must be at least 6 characters. Let's compile and execute this program. Now we have several possibilities. If I enter a student ID of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I get the message student ID not found. I did not receive the message that the number of characters was invalid, because I did enter 6 characters, but I did not enter the exact ID that we were looking for. So that's one possibility. If I execute once again, and this time type in ABC123, I get the message ID found, because both conditions were true. I entered 6 characters, but I also entered the combination of ABC123 that I was checking for. And finally, if I execute and I enter only 3 characters, then I get the message student ID must be at least 6 characters, please re-enter. All 3 of these messages are resulting from this nested if structure. This program is using a combination of a string character variable, the cnGetLine to accept characters, the string length function to determine the number of characters that's being entered, and then using a nested if structure. Once again, please note the syntax and the structure of the nested if statements. This is demo 19b.